Greetings, Banff Warriors. Greetings. Greg is back, so are you. Welcome to the Results Kill Excuses channel, where I'm here to deliver another life lesson, a message specifically meant to help inspire you to become the best version of yourself. We're all just walking each other home on this journey called life. I hope that you are giving yourself permission, time, and space to actually get to know yourself, to really figure yourself out at a deeper level. Not just who you've been, not just what you've experienced, but to truly root yourself in the present. And that's what this talk's going to be about. Is how do we become more present-minded? How do we truly release our grasp and our hold of the past? And how do we just let go of the worries of the future and just really be in the now? The right here, right now. If you're hearing this message, give yourself the gift of the present. Well, how can you become more present-minded? A few things that I do each and every day is I focus on my breathing. It's something that I've literally programmed myself to really utilization on a regular basis, which is just to breathe in and out, just natural breathing. You don't got to do the deep breaths. The deep breaths absolutely help. Deep breathing will help to calm your nervous system. It'll allow your mind to soften, especially if you put your focus on the breath. Intentional breathing. Other ways for you to really come into the present moment is to really connect with the sensations. What do you see? What do you hear? What are you feeling? Really start to do the body scan, any aches, any pains, any discomfort. And it's really helpful if you could be mindful to really send any parts of your body that are feeling some discomfort or some ailment or just feeling a little off. You can send, again, with focus, send that part of your body healing, health, strength. Again, with the breath. Another daily practice that I integrate into my morning routine is journaling. Really starting with gratitude. Just anytime you're feeling overwhelmed, anytime you're feeling not good enough, not accomplished enough, maybe you're starting to compare yourself to others and their circumstances, all you got to do is really just start having an attitude of gratitude. What can you be thankful for in the moment? Right here, right now, what can you be thankful for? Your health, right? Any resources you have at your disposal, right? A working vehicle, a warm bed, hot water, a job, a paycheck, family, connection with nature. Which leads me into another one, is spending time out in nature can absolutely bring you into the present moment. Can bring you into the present. You go do some forest bathing, some nature, take a nature bath. Could be at a park, could be in a forest, could be in a desert. Just find a place where you can just lay down and just, again, connect with the senses. Maybe kick off your shoes and socks and just allow yourself to just be present. Let your thoughts soften. Let your mind soften. Just Just really connect with any of the natural sensations. Maybe it's the beautiful trees in fall. You can see the golden colors. They just are so bright. That color just creates this stimulus. It just stimulates your mind, your energy. It really just like awakens the spirit. You can see the birds, to really pay attention and acknowledge wild animals that may be present. Really just give thanks for those wild animals. Give thanks to the wind, to the sun, to the moon, to the sky, to the stars, to the clouds, even the rocks, the mountains, the trees, any kind of water that may be present. It's just having Thanksgiving and just being present, and it's really about slowing down. Can we slow down? We're always in such a big rush. If you're in such a big rush, we kind of forget that, the journey is the whole purpose. Whatever journey you're on right now, what journey are you on right now? If you believe you were sent to this earth just to, hustle and grind and pay your bills and veg out and consume, whether it's consuming content, consuming food, consuming, sports and entertainment. It's like, those things are luxurious in many ways, right? They're very luxurious. They're kind of above and beyond and extra. But it's like, is that really the purpose? Is that really the meaning to life? Is that really something that gives us fulfillment? Usually not. It never gave me fulfillment, right? It really just helped to distract me from something that, again, we find ourselves kind of trapped in, which is, I'm bored. I'm bored. Because why? Why are you bored? Because you need to be entertained. You need to be stimulated. You need to have distractions. And so we create these feelings inside of like, I'm bored, I'm not cool, I'm not doing. And a lot of that is through comparison, right? Because we're looking at what everyone else is doing, everyone else is up to, right? And we see people out there traveling and attending games and concerts and doing things that, seem very active, and maybe we're so busy, we're so hard pressed that we don't really have the time and the availability to do those things. And I think that instead of feeling bad about yourself, feeling lack, feeling like what's wrong with me, I think really when you're seeing these things, and if it's bringing up, some negative feelings or even some jealousy and some animosity and comparison, maybe that's an opportunity for you to, just maybe it's an opportunity for you to really connect with yourself at a deeper level and give yourself an opportunity to figure out, like, what do you want to do? What can you change? How can you change your life? Maybe you can find inspiration versus the jealousy. Maybe you can shift from jealous, envious to inspired and motivated and driven to really create the life that you imagine for yourself. And a lot of times what you'll realize is if you just start trying to copy what everyone else is doing, that's not really your truth. It's not really you being your true and authentic self. Thus, it's also unfulfilling. It's doing things for external validation. It's because, they're doing it and it looks so cool. But if it's not really in alignment with your truth, then you don't got to copy anybody. You can really figure out what it is that makes you come alive, what it is that really gives you true meaning and fulfillment and aligned with a purpose that is part of your existence on this planet. When we just copy and emulate what other people are doing just because we have a perception that their lives are somehow better than ours, that actually leaves us even feeling worse about ourselves. And I'm sharing this with you because, there are times that I absolutely was envious and jealous of other people, and, contrasting my life with theirs and feeling like, how unfair it was, or why are they getting to do this thing and why don't I get called on? And, it took me hitting a rock bottom. It took me literally just breaking myself into pieces in order for me to put myself back, to call in all the parts of myself that I had given away and thrown away, trying to be something, trying to fit into society, trying to be accepted, trying to, feel like I had a sense of belonging, all while losing myself. Never left me feeling good. It wasn't until I hit that rock bottom, it wasn't until I literally shattered myself in my life that I had to kind of come to and really start figuring some things out. And for me, that first step was yes, I needed sobriety because I wanted clarity. I knew I was just self-medicating and numbing myself, right, to try and just overcome the pain that I couldn't even really communicate. I'm sure people around me at the time back then could feel the anger, could feel the self-hatred, could feel the self-loathing, but I was never able to articulate what was really going on underneath the surface. And it took a lot of work. It's taken a lot of work, and every day, every hour, everything that I've ever done to really try and figure myself out, get to my truth. What matters to me? And that's the question I ask for you. It's an incredible journal exercise, something I offer clients that I coach, which is, what do you love? What do you hate? What do you want? And why? And a lot of people, we get really, what do I hate? What do I hate? I don't hate. I'm not a hater. It's like, don't lie. There's plenty of things that you dislike about yourself. I like being polarizing. I like putting people on the spot to really, if you even just sort of shut down about different words that are activating you in a negative sense, it's like, you got to figure the story behind that. It's not that you're just such a goody good and you don't hate anything. It's like, no, there's probably some things. There's maybe a deeper truth about yourself that you need to sit with. That's very challenging. And that's why it's like, can we sit with the discomfort? What do you love, right? What are the things you love? What do you truly love? And ideally, you want to filter that. What do you love about yourself first? Not what do you love about your favorite team, and what do you love about your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend? What do you love about your kids? No, what do you love about your life? See, right away, we want to start externalizing the things that we love because we have a distorted sense of what love really is. I know that I've had to redefine and evolve my definition of a lot of things, and love is one of those things. What does love mean to you? It's another great journal exercise to really sit there, not Google it. What does love mean to you? Because the truth is, every single one of us has a different definition. And the other cool thing is that when you actually can get to this place of really self-reflection, self-examination, without judgment, without criticism, without guilt, without shame, you just are really trying to get to see yourself. You don't have to broadcast it to the world. This can be a very private endeavor for you to undertake, to really try and define yourself. And what you realize is when you start writing down what does love mean, maybe you're going to read that definition and maybe you're like, what the hell? Where did I even come up with this? And the cool thing about this life that I've experienced throughout my 14 years of healing and learning and growing and awakening is that we are not only the authors of our story, but we're the editors. And if there's something about yourself that you don't like, guess what? You can change. you can absolutely change. Takes courage, takes strength, takes really being grounded and rooted in your truth. If you change because someone else wants you to change, well then that seems like a little bit of disassociation. That seems like you're willing to manipulate yourself in order to keep someone else happy. But it's really about, are you worthy to become the main character of your story? And you can create this main character. If you have this awakening, this is your opportunity. It is the opportunity for you to sit with yourself and say, you know what? I'm gonna be somebody that I've always desired to be, but I never had the courage to be. Guess what? I support that. I support that 100%. That's this whole message. That's what Results Kill Excuses is about each and every person saying, I want to become the best version of myself. Not, I want to become the best version of who you want me to be. No, I want to become the best version of who I am completely put on this planet to be. Because I have learned, and I believe this with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my mind, and with all my strength, that if I become the best version, the most authentic version of myself, that I will absolutely contribute to helping other people around me. Some people will fall off, but some people will come even closer, and it'll give them permission. It'll inspire them to heal and grow and to truly step into their truth and to fulfill their purpose on this planet. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to kind of shake ourselves free from the distractions and the disassociation of cheering on all these other things and focused on all these other external things. And we give them value and we give them importance in our life. And at the end of the day, we think that it's something worth fighting for. It's something worth struggling and being stressed out about. I mean, it's sad. It's saddening to me. I grieve from time to time when I see people so emotionally attached to things that they truly, truly have no control over. When the very thing we have 100% control over is our being, is where we put our focus. And if you're hearing this message, you're being given an opportunity. It's your choice. Does it make sense for you to start investing in your self-development, your self-improvement, your self-awareness, your self-mastery? Does it make sense? Does it make sense to maybe give up some of the addictions, to give up some of the distractions that really don't bring you a return on the investment? And that investment is time. Your time so precious, your time so valuable. And yet there's a cheering, there's all these things, but yet does your life improve? When things outside of you get better, does your life really improve? Through my filter, I haven't seen a lot of improvement, right? When I put a lot of energy into things outside of myself, my life doesn't usually really improve. From the inside out. I don't have greater senses of peace. I don't have greater sense of self-awareness, self-mastery, and those things absolutely matter to me. Especially after all of this time that I've invested just trying to search out ways for me to heal, ways for me to trust myself, ways for me to be able to withstand any situation, any time, and not lose myself, not cause myself or other people harm, but to continue to stay centered and grounded, not controlled, but aware, self-aware, saying, wow, this situation's really upsetting me. I didn't have those words in the past. Wow, this situation is really hurting me. I feel really hurt by this. I didn't have these words in the past. I would act out the upset. I would act out the fear. I would act out the anger, versus to be centered and to be able to say the word as it's showing up. Oh wow, I'm feeling angry right now by this conversation or by this subject. And know that it's not about the subject, it's about me. What is going on inside of me because of hearing something? What is the story I'm telling myself? And usually for so many people, it's not feeling safe. When you see people protesting and angry and just like raging with anger and just emotionally charged, it's usually at the depths of who they are. They're afraid. They don't feel safe. They don't understand. They don't know how to control the situation, and thus they've also been kind of manipulated to put so much focus on that. Is that you? Does that make sense to you? Does it make sense for you to continue to allow yourself emotionally to be manipulated by things outside of yourself? Does it make sense? And if you're somebody that's ready to start challenging and sitting with yourself, again, no judgment, compassion, curious, to really figure yourself out. What's really happened? What's really gone on? What is the true meaning of this life? What is the true importance? Is it really about who's the highest elected official, or what social issue, or who wins or loses the game, or what new thing comes out, or what concert? Is that really, really what it's all about? Or is it, and do we have any control over any of those things? I've had to release these emotional attachments as I see 2222 from all of these things. And I've created incredible sense of inner peace, self-mastery, to be able to have clarity, to sit with myself, to see the beautiful things in this world, to truly acknowledge the beauty, the natural beauty of this world, and even the man-made beauty, the things that we construct through our creativity, to applaud that. And yeah, there's chaos in this world, but isn't the chaos just a reflection of what's really going on inside each and every one of us? Isn't it really just something that we're projecting into this world because we're conflicted, because we don't fully understand, because maybe at some part of our soul, our souls are trying to get our attention to say, man, you've been distracted, you've been led astray, and it's time to come home to yourself, to your true and authentic self. And I know for me, it started with breaking up with my addiction to alcohol, and then it was asking for help. I needed medical professional help. I didn't want no pills, but I wanted the therapy. But I also was willing to try all these other things that either promised or indicated that somehow they could help me heal, figure myself out, trust myself. And I had an openness and a willingness and a relentlessness to get to that place. I didn't have a timeline. I wasn't expecting instant. I wasn't expecting magic, even though I did try some of the magic tricks. I said, why not? What do I got to lose? Let me try the magic trick. Fuck, well, I feel good, but wait. I still don't trust myself. This doesn't fully feel authentic. This doesn't feel like sustainable, like it's really making a difference underneath the surface. Like, you know, at the surface level I feel better, but underneath the surface I'm still conflicted. I still don't trust myself. I'm still fighting, and you know, just the spirit of confrontation and irritation, and I can't figure out how how to deal with that. And that's where I had to come home to myself. I just kept going in a positive direction, trying and searching and finding things. And ultimately, I think I have come up with a pretty good recipe that has led to absolute healing along this journey called life. True healing, sustainable healing, not just temporary shit. I'm talking about real, long-lasting healing, where I have truly, truly shifted to the next best version of myself. And in order to do that, I've had to process and experience and release and really just clear myself from the depths of my soul, to forgive and to release and to forgive others, and to just continue purging and rewriting the programs of old, the hurt, the pain, the suffering. And I believe that you're capable of doing the exact same thing. And if you're looking for a resource, it might make sense for you to just start a morning routine. And if you're looking for a way to start journaling, if that's something that might make sense to you, well, guess what? You should check out the Results Kill Excuses 1% Better Everyday Journal. Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4 will guide you through a full year, an entire year of you holding yourself accountable and ultimately getting to a place of self-mastery, trusting yourself, setting yourself free, true freedom, because you're at peace within. You've truly made peace with yourself, and you're now living a more harmonious existence from the inside out. Peace within, peace without. You see the peace, even in the midst of chaos, right? I used to read these verses in the Bible where he was talking, I think it's Psalm 91, where he's talking about how, even though 10,000 fall by my right side, death does not touch me. And it's like, peace that transcends understanding. And it's like, I feel that. I genuinely feel it. Because I don't have the highs and lows. Whoever's winning, the concept of winners and losers, good guys and bad guys, it's just like, right, we're all the same. Underneath the surface, we're all the same. We're all just infinite beings, these souls, having human experiences, and we're all playing a role to help evolve humanity. And we need those correcting spirits. They're not here to destroy us. They're here to help, right? Poke you and prod you. And maybe I'm that correcting spirit right now. Maybe I'm kind of poking at a sensitive area in your life. Maybe I'm challenging you. Maybe this message is showing up at just the right time, perfectly fit, where you're starting to search and question, and maybe you're even asking for some signs of confirmation of what to do next. And then boom, here I am. Well, I believe that when those things happen, it's an absolute perfect alignment, synchronicity, my soul, your soul, agreeing to work together in this planet, to improve ourselves, to better ourselves, to become the next best version of ourselves, fulfilling our number one purpose, which is to become the best version. No more excuses, no more sitting on the sidelines, but truly focusing on what can you do and what can't you do? What can you change? What can't you change? And I guarantee you there's a lot more you can change. You can change whether or not you have a morning routine. You can change whether or not you're journaling. You can change whether or not you have an attitude of gratitude, even in the midst of storms, even in the midst of struggles and inner conflicts, and maybe things not being exactly how you want them to be. You can change your attitude. You can change your perspective. And when you do, you change your reality. Thank you to everyone that's subscribed to the channel. All the new subscribers, welcome to Results Kill Excuses. If you ever have a question or you're interested in working one-on-one, reach out to me, Greg at resultskillexcuses.com. If you're really ready to start investing in yourself, so that you can truly become the best version of yourself. Start really feeling like it's you versus you, and now you're winning, right? Now you're feeling happy, you're really fulfilled, you're excited about how life is presenting itself. You're embracing challenges like never before, feeling more courageous, right? More victorious, more bold, more brave, and really putting out the cowardice within you, right? Check out that Results Kill Excuses 1% Better Everyday Journal down below. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in here. We'll see you on the next message. I hope you have a beautiful day of life. Try and spend some time out in nature. Try and stay in the present moment as much as possible. Starting with your breath. Focus on the breath. Always return to the breath. Right? Let go of your past. And it doesn't mean to just forget the past. If you continue to see patterns, thoughts of old lack, and there's a certain subject attached to it where you feel unworthy, right? That's a sign. That's an area for you to focus the work on, to focus your energy on, to really make peace with that part of you, right? It's an opportunity for you to be a peacemaker and make peace with yourself, to really accept that you can't change something that happened, but you can absolutely change the meaning and the power it has over your life right here, right now. I love you guys. You know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Greg's out.